When we first saw Hornet in Hollow Knight, we got to know a little about who she is, about as much as any other recurring NPC. In Silksong, of course, she's the leading lady, and since she can speak rather than simply listen, we get to see a lot of her personality that wasn't on display in the first game. Here are what I believe to be some significant observations of what kind of individual Hornet really is, both what she expresses internally and externally. Some things we already knew from Hollow Knight are Hornet's strong will and determination, her ability to set herself to a task and see it completed. She likes a good fight, even laughing when she takes part in one. She's also not afraid to speak her mind, and she doesn't let others disrespect her. At the same time, she seems to know when to be brutally honest and when to let others figure things out on their own. Hornet developed as a character throughout the narrative of Hollow Knight, and her arc follows through into Silksong. In Hollow Knight, Hornet is immediately confrontational towards the knight and prepared to kill them. When the knight instead defeats her, she seems surprised at first, but is willing to let them prove themselves strong enough to save Hallownest. All the while, she seems hesitant to let herself have hope that things can get any better, which is somewhat understandable since she's seen what the kingdom has been reduced to. In Silksong, Hornet has a noticeably more positive outlook, which may have come from what she witnessed at the end of the previous game's story. If such a powerful force as the center of Hallownest's plague could be defeated, it's not unreasonable for Hornet to believe that whatever is haunting Farloom can be too. Many of Hornet's internal thoughts are revealed in her hunter's journal notes. Some enemies annoy her more than anything, but overall, she seems to delight in discovering and hunting down all these new types of creatures that she's never seen before. The hunter from Hollow Knight was right when he thought Hornet might be a hunter too. She definitely thinks and acts like one. I can imagine that after the end of Hollow Knight, Hornet may not have really known what to do with herself. She would still want to defend Hallownest, but without the infection, its main threat, the task would no longer be so daunting. She'd probably rather have not been kidnapped and brought to another land against her will, but it's certainly given her some longed-for stimulation, and she appreciates that. Hornet is as polite to others as they are to her. If someone is rude to her, she knows she has no obligation to show respect in return. She knows her worth, yet doesn't view herself as superior. Rather than simply pitying others as she initially does with the knight, she genuinely cares for the physical and emotional well-being of bugs she meets. When she rescues the fleas, she's happy to see them out of danger and able to find others of their kind to be with. Hornet allows herself to open up to those who show her kindness, such as the aforementioned fleas and the citizens of Bellheart who gift her with a bell home of her own. She not only seeks answers from her captors, but wants to see the inhabitants of Farloom protected and freed from whatever is afflicting them, finding a sense of purpose in it all. I think Hornet's interactions with one character in particular are especially revealing, that being Sherma. Hornet questions the motivations of Farloom's pilgrims, yet she is willing to sympathize with them, especially if they have a kind heart like Sherma. Hornet never indicates to Sherma that his beliefs or actions are foolish or pointless, but it's not only because she doesn't want to see him heartbroken, but because she seems to trust in Sherma to figure things out for himself. When Sherma finds himself in danger, such as when he ventures into White Ward to find medicine, Hornet is not exasperated towards him. If anything, she respects his bravery and dedication, possibly even considering it a match for her own. Hornet is also quite crafty and resourceful. When she comes across the materials and instructions to build tools such as the cogflies and pimpillos, she's able to construct them herself, as well as repair her tools each time she uses them. She is able to make use of the wide variety of tools, silk skills, and crests that she comes across. When Hornet is taken to the slab and stripped of all her equipment, including her cloak and needle, she is still able to fight hand to hand and use the slab's built-in defenses to her advantage against enemies. At the same time, she accepts help in combat from others such as Chakra and Garmin and Zaza when offered, since she knows she can trust them, and she always expresses gratitude for their assistance. I've loved playing as Hornet in Silksong, learning so much about her just as she seems to be learning about herself at the same time. No matter what situation she finds herself in, she's always able to calmly assess her surroundings and figure out a pragmatic solution. As someone who struggles with anxiety, that's very much an inspiration to me. In my daily life, I can just think to myself, what would Hornet do? And I just might gain the kind of confidence that's so defining of her. What do you think? What else have you observed about Hornet's personality when playing through Silksong? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. I'll keep covering Silksong and a variety of other topics on this channel, so make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.